I have decided to try to solve this puzzle. This is called The Odd Road to 200 by Nordy, and Cracking the Cryptic just released a video about it. And after looking over the rules, I really want to give it a go. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to succeed, but I really want to try, and I actually have some time this morning. Normal Sudoku rules apply. The digits along each blue/purple line multiply to 200. Okay. Draw a one-cell wide, non-branching, orthogonally connected road that does not touch itself orthogonally but may diagonally. The two ends of the road are given as circles. The road contains only odd digits, and digits along the road sum to 200. So the road must have an odd number of cells. No, an even number of cells. Because two odds make it even, and 200 is even. Yeah. Except for the circles, the road cannot visit any cell that contains a given clue. The road cannot visit the row 2, column 9, and row 9, column 1, nor any cell that contains a line segment. So this would be allowable for the road due to it not visiting the other clues, but it also could do something like trying to get it to touch itself diagonally. Oh, well, let's ignore some of the other nonsense for a moment. Yeah, I could do this, ignoring the fact that it's going to inevitably end up over here. But this is allowed. But this, where it branches, is not. And neither is it coming back and doing that or something. Okay. Interesting. Well, what's the factorization of 200? I guess that's the first question. So, obviously 8, because 8 times 25, so that's 2 cubed, so we have three twos, so either 3 even numbers or some other nonsense, and 2 5s. So the 5s have to be standalone, because there's no way to include another number from the digits 1 to 9, which can have 5 as a factor. And that's only 5 total factors. So both of these cells are 5 long. So I have to include 3... no, wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got something wrong somewhere. Alright, so 200, 100, 50, 25. Oh, it can contain 1s. So it can have any number of 1s. Interesting. But it must contain 2 5s. Wow. Well, we know there's a 5 in here then, somewhere. Ah, and both of these cells. So this is a 5, first digit. Oh, this is going to be fun. And only one of these cells could be a 1, so we don't have... Actually, real quick. These could be 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, and 5s. But if it was an 8, which I don't think it can be, but I'm going to just prove that to myself real quick. If it was 8, you wouldn't be able to put 2 or 4 on here. So if you would end up with 1 8 up here, a 5, and a 5 in both of these cells down here, which doesn't work. Okay, so we cannot have 8 as one of the factorizations. So that part's set in stone on which digits. Additionally, because of the... I'm going to look at this in a second, but because of the odd restriction on the road, it can't have more than 5 cells inside of a 3x3 because there's only 5 odd digits. Interesting. Okay. What about you? Let's look at this one. Again, this is the same restrictions and limitations. It must have 1, 2, 4, 5, or 8 on it. Oh, and the 5 is eliminated from these two. Would you look at that? And if it has 8, it cannot have 2 or 4. So let me just look at that for a second. I'm going to return this back. But let's just remove 2 and 4. Can it have 8 on it? Well, this is an 8-1 pair. So I suppose you could have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Because this only spans 3 boxes. And you need 2 5s and an 8, so that's valid. Okay. Huh. So I can have an 8 on here. If it's 3 1s, 2 5s, and an 8. But I totally could do 3 1s. If it's like, you know, this one, and this one, then this could be the 8 and both of these could be 5. However, if it's 2 and 4, then I don't need 1s on it. Which, interesting, but it doesn't really lead anywhere. However, the 5s may have interesting implications for the length of the road. This does seem impossible. Am I missing a rule? Well, let me start by coloring which cells cannot be road. I think we're going to make road grassy, yeah? These can't be, these are little outlets. These have no outlet, so if you entered them, a road could never escape. Of course not this, and of course not this. Green and grassy. Can it go up? Yes. Can it go over? Yes. Can it go down? Yes. Can it go up? Yes. Can it go over? Yes. And interesting, if it goes right, it must go up. Oh. If it goes right, there's only... so the 5 is actually going to apply more in the column than in the row. Do I make it? We do. It works. But it's really close. You end up with a full run of odd digits somewhere. This 3 matters. So it would be in this column, every odd digit would be road. Anyways, down is reasonable. It could go right, which is harder than it going left. I think it can't go right if it goes down, yeah? Because then you end up with one more thing to follow. No, you barely make it. Because that would be 5 in both columns 8 and 9. All the odd digits being on the road. Fascinating. And we might end up with issues in the rows, but seemingly not. It doesn't seem that restricted, other than like the 5 this way, a couple of 5s among these, and the 3 this way. You know? It's totally valid. It does fully take up the odd digits in this row and column though, which I think is going to be a common theme. So this will probably zigzag quite a bit, whichever way it goes. Just because of the 5 odds constraint. Sorry about that wait. There's going to be something going on here. 1, 2, 4. Well, there's an 8 in here, so there's at most 3 odd numbers, so it totally could do this. I want to eliminate a box. Any box. Oh, this square is impossible. From being a place this stuff can go. I only have 4 to work with here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can never get to this square from here, because that's a choke point. Because it can't loop back through to end up there. So this can never be a thing. Which means if it goes through the side, it always goes through here. And here. That's 2 choke points. How many odd numbers do I have to work with here? Can this be both 2 and 4? If it is both 2 and 4, the rest can only be 1s, 5s, and 8s. So we get 1, 5, 8 here. This would be 5 or 8. This would be 1. And this would be 1, 5, 8. And we would know that this wouldn't be 5. So this would be 1 or 8. But yeah, this could be 2, 4. I'm trying to attribute an odd number to these so that I can bring this from 5 to 4 total, because that would eliminate many, not that many possibilities. What I really want is this to be down to 3, because then it can't turn at all. It would have to pass straight through, which eliminates that and all 4 of those. They have to add to 200. Real quick. Without any turns, I'm just going to count this way. That's 7 plus 4. Does it include the end cells? The road contains only odd digits and digits along the road, summed to 200. The 2 ends of the road are given in circles, so that includes those. Okay, so 4, 7, 1. That's 12. What's 200 divided by 12? I thought so. That's way higher than 9. And that would be the average if it did this straight. So it has to meander. What's the minimum? Well, real quick. It probably needs at least 22 cells, and this is only 12. Can I even add 10 cells this way? Like, what's the most meandering I could do? Let's ignore the 5 cell per limit for now, but I'm roughly going to be going along it. Something like this. How many is that? 5, 10, 15, 18. That ain't 22. It's actually really hard to make this reach 200. Yeah. Hold on. How do I get this road long enough? At least 22 cells long. Is it even possible? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That would require every single cell to be 9 to even be close. And it takes 6 cells from up here, which we know is impossible because they all have to be odd. I don't think it's possible for it to go this way. I think it has to go around just to hit the minimum cell count. And even then it's going to have to dip back down. More than likely it does something wild like this. With some meandering, of course. Because this way, there's quite a few cells involved here. But keeping in mind, it can't be more than 5 in any row or column. It can touch itself diagonally, which is important here. It's just not possible. So we now know it goes through this corridor, and that these two are road cells. Let's make these dark gray, like pavement. Well, shoot. Okay, well now all of the things I was saying, well this, first of all, these are odd cells. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And it can't be 7? Yeah, it can't be 7, this one. I'm going to turn that setting off. Why is that on? Check pencil marks. I can still do pencil marks, right? Yeah. Okay, now, that question I was having about 5 per row or column. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that 200 is constantly going to sit there and force extra bends into this road. I guarantee you it's almost going to be as difficult as possible, or very close to it. Let's see, this is 6 cells long, so at least 3 of this are odd. This one says, this one has exactly 2 odds, and at least 3 of these are odd, or 3 and 3, because this is 151, and this is at least 151. It might be 1151, or as much as 11155. Yeah, I forgot to say a 5 somewhere in there, but it's okay. Oh. So this, in order to reach sufficient length, has to go around. That's interesting. Well, that also means that these 2 cells are rowed, and are therefore also odd cells. There's only 3 odd digits left in this. Interesting. And there are only 4 left in this box. So this either goes there, there, or some branch. But it basically leaves all of those possibilities open. Can I force it to have to go into this column? That's actually a question. What's the total sum of every odd digit in this grid? That's something worth noting. geometrically speaking, I've already proved it goes through here. Maybe not rigorously, but what's the sum of every odd digit? That would be 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, which is 25, because 10, 10, 5. Times 9. 225. So only 25 total odd digits are not on the road. Well, how many are here? We already have 9, or we already have 3 there. 10 there, 10 there. And there's only 2 left. 11 down here actually because of that one. Holy shit. And this is 6 long. So it has exactly 1 1 on it, and that's 25. So every odd digit in this grid is on the road. Every single one. Well, on the road or already accounted for in the green spaces I currently have on the grid. Well, this is now a pointless set of pencil marks, because now I just know that that's that group. But that being said, every odd digit, so the road has to visit every box, that's one thing, which also would have forced it up here. It also means the road must take up 4 cells of this box, so it can't go down and then over. It has to end in this square, basically. So this is now green, which forces this to be gray. Could this be 1, 5? Let's see, 5, 1, 5. Five, 1, 5. No, this can't be 5. So 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, 4. That would work. Yeah. Every odd digit is on the gray, which means every green digit, which isn't a given digit or on the line, is even. Which means I can only have 4 of those per. Oh, that means I need. Yeah, that means I need 3 more road cells inside of this, and the only way to do that is this way. So that's forced. Or not that color, that color. Which means that's forced. Interesting. And we already have, so I can only take 1 more gray cell in this row at all. Let's go ahead and make these gray, just for the halibut. I don't think this can connect here. Yeah, because that would force it up this way. So this is not gray. That's known. Which means it can't go down either. Same issue. It would force it to do that. And that excludes that side. So if that can't be gray, that can't be gray. Which makes this have to be gray. I only get 1 more green cell in this whole thing. If it's this, yeah, if this was the green cell, these would connect up and then we'd have the problem again. So it can't be this. This is a gray cell. And because we know this is an end, that immediately means that both of these are not. That becomes a dead end. Which means these two have to be gray. This is fun. Oh, I need a 5th gray. So that goes there. So this isn't. Which means these two are. This needs 3 more, so it could go up and then over. Could go over and then up, and it could zigzag. But this is always gray, and this is always gray. This needs 5 total? How do I reach 5 total in this space? Did I fuck up somewhere? No, because some of the odds in this box are coming from here. So this is still 4. But now we know exactly one of these is either 1 or 5. And then the other one is either 2, 4, or 8. Wait. Didn't we just prove that it could only be 2 1s and 2 5s? And the 8 is not included? Yes, because at most the odd cells outside. We're going to redo the math just to reprove it. But the maximum that these could be, that all of the odd cells that are not in gray could be, is 25, right? In fact, it's exactly 25. I'm too intuitive for this kind of extremely, like, cold hard logic of these types of puzzles. My thinking is too what's the word? Where I consider multiple angles and dimensions rather than setting down one set logical path and ending up at a solution. I can do that, but I'm not as good at it as I am at more flexible thinking. Well, this can't connect to this, and this can't connect to this. Because if it did, you'd have this is a dead end and this is a dead end. That just doesn't connect to anything because it can't branch. So this connects to this somehow and this connects to this somehow. Okay. You could still do that. And then something like that. Can this be... No, because then it would have to loop around to end up down. And entering this box, or even going that way, would cut it off. So this is now no longer able to be a road cell. And by extension, this cannot be a road cell for the same reasons. Can this be a road cell? Well, if it is, it can't connect there. It would have to come from this way. Yeah, it totally could. That tracks. Oh, I got distracted from math. 11155, that's 8. 15, that's 6. Another 5, that's 11. So 13, 11, 24, 27. Yeah, so if this has an extra 1 on it, that's 2. Wait, that math doesn't check out? What the fuck? Hold on. 1, 5, 5, 11, plus 3, 14. So this, at absolute maximum, has odd digits which sum up now to 11? That would be 551. Which isn't possible? There's one too many odd digits. I'm confused. Is my math wrong? 5, 5, always required because of the numbers that multiply it to 200. You need 2 5s of the digits 1 to 9. And then you need a total of 3 2s in your factor, which can be 2 4, could be 2 2 2, could be 8. Those are the only combinations. So, and then ones can be any amount. But because we had to have 2 5s on this and it only spans 2 boxes, this had to be 5. And then we knew that there was 1 5 down here. And we needed, we couldn't put 8 on here because that would have shoved either, that would have shoved 2 1s on inside this box, which would have broke. So for sure, this is 5, 5, 1, 2, 4, which is 11 of the odd digits. This is 14 of the odd digits. This also has 2 5s on it, which is already 24, so I can only have one more 1. 5, 5, 5, 1. I have to have 3 2s. Excuse me? I didn't even consider that. So I have to have 3 2s across 3 boxes? And I can't have 4 and 8. Wow. Oh, that is... Dear Lord, that's restricted. So I have exactly 1 1, which is here, 2 5s, and 3 2s. So none of these are 1. Now I have a 2 5 there, pair there. I have a 2 5 pair there. This is 1. This is 2. This is 5. I have a 2 5 pair there, so this is the other 5. This is a 2. This is a 5. And this is a 2. Real quick. 10, 20. 20 times 5 is 100, 200. Well, I'll be. Huh. Anyways, my previous logic was incomplete, but it was correct in the end. I just didn't consider the extra 1 here. I only got to the logic that proved that you couldn't do it any other way. And then I didn't think about how restricted this was in the opposite direction, which is limiting the number of odd numbers outside of, or the sum of odd numbers outside the road. I only limited the other way on how many odd numbers outside of these couldn't be on the road. The road always had 200, so it was just a question of the remaining 25, how much was already given. Interesting. That was fun to think about. Okay, so if it did this, which is it would have to take this cell from this direction if it went this way. So if this was a road, it goes up here, and this doesn't have an escape, so this cannot be road. Which means this is road. My chess variant brain is very happy with all of the geometric thinking, so forgive me if I'm not being coherent enough in my explanations. This could go this way and then up, and then this would have to come in this way, which is totally valid. This cannot go this way, so it therefore cannot go here. No, it cannot. Yeah, Because if it went this way, it would have to go up, and then we end up with the same choke point issue. So this is not road. Well, this now can only take 2 more cells from this, right? From this direction, at most. And there has to be, oh, no, there has to be 4 gray cells inside of this, not 5, because of this odd. Have to keep that in mind. Well, it either takes 3 by going directly up, and then this isn't, or it takes 4 some other way. And if it took, so it can't just go up and then out. That's not allowed. But it could, for example, go up and over, all kinds of stuff like that. Although, if this goes right, then there's only 4 cells. So if this goes this way into this square, we are missing an odd from this box, and we have 1 too many evens. If it goes over and then down, we can only pick up 1 more odd here. And even then, that doesn't, we can't actually pick that up. So this can't go over and then over, or over and then down. So this is now not road, and this is now road. And now this side needs to enter this box somehow. So it can either go to there or to there. And it can even loop back here, so it's not like we're eliminating that. It could even go this way, so we're not eliminating that. So this has to connect somehow. So it's only going to be 2 more cells total. And it can't be over and then down, because that would only have 3 of the 4 needed. So if this cannot go over and then down, then this cannot be road, and this must be. And then all of the grays are accounted for over there, and this is now green, which makes this a choke point, and this a choke point that we must enter. There must be 5 total among this, and we must enter this 3 times. So all of these are now road. Oh, 4 total. There's a 5 in here. I fucked that up somehow. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes. No. I was trying to count green cells as evens, and I kept counting this even though it's odd. I'm actually going to, for my clarity, turn these into little autumn bushes. No, fuck it. I'm just gonna make them ponds. Yeah, ponds. Ponds aren't road, right? That way I can more clearly count them as not road, but also as odd. And then there's 1 among these, but that'll matter if I'm looking at rows and columns later. Okay, now then. Okay, my brain is more happy with the 5s and 4s now. I could better scan. It's one of these two. It's one of these two. No real way to help with that until I know more about these rows. I haven't looked on the right side in a while because that was pretty evident. Oh, we have 5 in this column. So this now goes down. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this column. So this now goes down. Oh, is the well, not the columns, the rows going to resolve everything? Yeah, 5 there. 3 there, so we need 2 more. And there's no telling which 2, really. Gray is allowed to touch blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's green, which makes this gray. What about columns? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, oh, not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay, this is green. That's gray. Rows 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be here or here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What about you? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the rows aren't helping. The columns aren't helping further. Because I still have questions. All right, and apparently from here, this still solves. I mean, I guess I kind of believe it. All of these 2s are bound to resolve some sort of nonsense, right? Maybe. My first thought is actually to look at 1s and 5s. Because there might be a naked single somewhere. Look, this already has 9, 5, 3. Where's 1 and 7 go? They have to go here and here. This is a pair. Interesting. 1, 5, 7. So this is a 3, 9 pair. Yeah, so there's going to be all kinds of stuff like that all over the place. And I think we have more information about odds than evens right now. Like 6, we barely have anything. One, 2. So, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 odds, which is sort of interesting, but more importantly, we only have 2 confirmed evens. Could both of these be even? If they're a 2, 4 and these are a 1, 5, yes. Alright, so I don't have enough information for that column. Any more columns with 3 random odd digits in it? Columns or rows? Boxes even? Definitely not boxes. Shoot, not really. Where does this go from here? So this only has, oh, that's a freebie. There's only 5 in this box, and there's only one way to do that. And that will resolve the rest of this part at least. There are other ways. Don't worry. He figures it out eventually. Just give him a bit. Yeah? Is my counting wrong? Yeah, I fucked that up. Did I? No, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 5. Yeah, everything's good. Huh. So now looking at weak squares. Anything that sees 3, 5, 7, and 9 at the same time? Or a wayward 1? This says it sees 1, 3, and 5, so it can only be 7, 9. Oh, that's something. This already has 4 odds, so one of the odds is down here, and it has to be the 1, which means that this doesn't have the 1 in it, which means this has the 5 in it. And then the 2 and the 4 are split, which could have resolved something like this, but more importantly, it means that we have more squares with more coverage. Because this now has 1, 5, and 9 in it already, so these two are 7, 3. I'm looking for a breakthrough on these odds. Like, I might get an X-Wing or a Swordfish or something that will give me more information, right? This is a fun puzzle. I'm really enjoying this, and it's flowing super intuitive for me. Like, I'm not fast at this by any means, but I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. Ooh, he said the fuck word. And anyways, 3, 5. I'm sorry, I'm just not seeing much. I'm trying to find more spots where the odds overlap. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place or looking for the wrong thing. Is there some free gimme? Did I miss a rule? The digits long multiplied 200. Got that. This has to be an even digit. Oh, and this is not 2, 4, or 6. So this is just 8. That's something. Which, oh, and that means that these are, I should have been looking at the even digits. Check this out. This is 2, 4, and 6, which means this is 8. Which means this is either 2 or 4. And that means that there is an 8 and a 6 in these. Which I guess I'll pencil mark. No, I don't want to. Huh. Oh, and there's not an 8 in these two, so there's an 8 here. Who knew it would have been the 8s? Now this is a 4, 6 pair, which makes this a 2. Wow. Anything else? 2, 8. So this is another 4 or 6. This is not 6 or 8, so it is either 2 or 4, which makes a 2, 4 pair here. So, does it? I fucked that up. 6, 8. Why do I have 5 greens down here? Uh-oh. Oh. Hopefully I didn't use that for any bad logic, but this is a green, this is a gray. Shit. Whoops. As I was saying, 2, 4 pair, there's a 6, this is an 8. This is now a 4, 6 pair. There's still going to be an odd breakthrough somewhere. I know that. I just don't know where that logic starts and ends. So I'll just keep giving. It might be I have to do all of the even logic and it's going to bounce back into here, and then that will resolve the odds with the 1 and 5 I gained from this line. That makes sense. That would be really pretty if it's true, though. This is either 2, 4, or 6, which is pretty obvious and not help. Oh, it's not 2. This is a 4, 6, which means this is 8. These are now a 4, 6 pair. This is now either 4 or 6. This is now a 2-8 pair. This can be 4, 6, and 8 right now, but it only has 2s looking at it. This is fascinating. So the only place... This could still be a 6. There could still be a 6 up here. In fact, one of those 3s must have a 6 due to the row. There's an 8 in one of these 2 squares. Can't go there. There's going to be some weird case where there's nowhere to put an 8 in a row or column or something. What 8s do I have? Those? Wow. Huh. That's not enough to actually give me anything. At least from just 8. Okay. 2s, anything going on? Nothing particularly eventful. Hold on. 2s in these 2 rows. First of all, there's a bunch of like free gimmies of where it's not, right? So there's a hidden, there must be 2 2s in these rows, and therefore there must be 2 2s in these 2 columns in these spots, which for one thing gives me an 8 and a 4, and for another thing means, well, it mostly just gives me an 8 and a 4. And it means that this is now a 1-2 pair. So I'm going to go over here and put that. That was fun to find. So this is now 1, 2, and this is now 4, 5. That gives me a lot of shit. So this is a 4, this is a 4, this is an 8. This is a 2. This is 6. This is an 8. 4. This would be a 2-6 pair, but that's not a 2. Yeah, that broke through. Wonderful. So this... Oh, that's green. Should have counted. So this is now blue, and therefore this is 5, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is green. Oh. I wanted to be on the color wheel. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is blue. Therefore this is 1, this is 2. This is 2. All right. This is wrong. This is 2. I don't know how I put 4 there. Hopefully I'm not fucking up because... Oh, every 2's in the board. Okay. This would be really easy to screw up. I keep catching my mistakes before they hurt me, it looks like. Like I'm not seeing anything. But I'm still making many more mistakes than I should be. And I should take my time a little bit more. Okay, so we have this weird thing going on with 4s and 6s in the rest of the grid that's not resolving immediately. Unless there's a 4 or a 6 looking at this that I haven't noticed yet. Yeah, there is. And that's going to chain through the rest. 4, 6, 4. Oh, does that not touch this nonsense? It appears not. Oh, well, this is a 6-8 pair. I guess. Yeah, because that doesn't resolve for some reason. I did fuck up my green-gray. Because now I have 5 here. Which is why I put it this way, but it fucked up over here. Alright. So all my numbers could be wrong. Because this is an impossible geometry. And I was like, oh yeah, I fucked up over here because this had more than 5. Because it doesn't do that. But also doesn't do this. Probably means it does. Probably means this is wrong. No. Alright. I have to back all the way up. All of the logic, including my corrections. And it's okay, I already know the direction. Like, it would have been so easy to give up there, but that's not the type of person I am. Alright, so that was a mistake of a correction. I'll be looking out for the column row logic again as well. Okay. I think I will make this blue. Alright. And then there's going to be a blue among these. So blue splash, that's not blue. I don't know how that got selected. Wow. What a backtrack. What a mistake. So there's 1 among these 2. There's 4 here. So the only way to get 4 in this is to take exactly 2, only one of which can be in here. So it's either here, here, or here, here. It does not do this. Last time I ended up going through here. And that's because there's only 2 odds in this column, so I need 2 more. So these are gray, which makes these green. Alright. I can live with that. That's good logic. I have 1 odd over here and 3 down here. I need exactly 1 here in order to complete this row. Assuming I didn't fuck up earlier. I only get 1 more among here. Hold on. I only get 1 more among here. Max. I don't actually know which of these is which yet. This could be 1-5, in which case this logic was wrong. Okay, that's something. So I've been counting this wrong. I keep thinking that's 1 green and 1 blue. So I'm actually going to just make these not colored for now. because that will help me think about it better. So this could be 2 blues, in which case this goes up. But I already have 4 grays. This is at most 1 blue. This could still be 2. So it's either 1 and 1, in which case this is gray, or this is 2 greens and 2 blues, in which case not only but is this gray, but this is gray. Okay. Let's look at columns and see if I can eliminate shit. There's 4 and 4 and 4 already confirmed. Which means I have 1 and then 2 of these to cover everything in those 3 columns. Which tracks? That's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is green and this is gray. That's guaranteed. All right. Double checking. 5, 5. All right, we're good there. 5, we're good there. 3, we have 2 left we have to take in this column. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 left we have to take in this column. Now that could be something like this, or it could be something like this and this, or it could be something like this and this. So 4 of these are gray. Now I want to do some green counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I think this will come up different. I'm just double checking myself. The fact that it came up different last time was because I was messing with this and wasn't thinking about it properly. This might be as far as I can go with the colors for now. Like the color logic doesn't resolve itself yet. Because I don't see a way forward. That doesn't mean there isn't other good logic to be had. Like my old notation on this, where 3 and 9 go here and here. That can come back. And these two are 7 and 1. That stuff. And this 1, 3, 5 is looking here, so this is now 7 and 9. However, I know there's a 2 and a 4 among these and a 6 here. This is still an 8. Which means one of these two, I don't know which yet, is an 8. Which doesn't help me much. I'm actually going to leave that pencil mark because once I figure out the color, it'll tell me which is which straight off. Which that 8 ending up here was here was the chain reaction that gave me a whole bunch of shit up top. That does also means that these are specifically 2, 4, and 6. And this isn't 2. This is either 4 or 8. Thanks to this 2 and this 6 working together. 8 can't go there. Not super helpful. Ooh. Only in 2 columns here, which means this column only has 4, 6, 8 remaining. This isn't 8. This is now also 4 or 6. And I get my first 4-6 pair, which means that this is not 4. This is 4, 6, 8. Which feels less than it is. Kind of thought that might give me some insight. Well, I know 5 and 1 are here, so this is specifically 3, 7, 9, and the 7 can't go here, so this is a 7. So same idea as before as the 8. And then this will be a 3, 9 pair. Okay. Which, that's pretty notable, I guess. That now puts a 7 down here. Puts 3 or 9 up here. Exactly 1 of 3 and 9 among those two squares. It's tons of little deductions like paper cuts. Like they're pricking at me and I can't help but notice them, but I don't feel like I'm actually making too much progress anymore. A couple of bad deductions earlier led me down a rabbit hole, and I'm not sure I can discount all of them. I know at least that I can't do this and then take another one here like I did before. This is bad. Don't do that. I also know that I can't do this and then subsequently put a blue on this side, up here / down here, because then I end up with 5 somewhere. Or more than 5, rather. So I probably can deduce that both of these are blue. Probably. But I don't see it. Okay, let's assume one of these is blue. That would mean, yeah, let's actually go down the chain a little bit. If one of these is blue, that would be 5 in the column, which means this is green, this is gray, which is then 5 there. So one of those, that, these. Exactly one of these, which means this has to be. And then in order to connect, I end up here and I have 6 there. So I cannot put one blue into those at all. So both of these are blue. That just works. That kind of made me happy and made me sad at the same time. I'll be okay though. That's already 4, so this gray turns into this gray. Did I break? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No. That also probably would have given me this gray already if I had looked in this row. But anyways, that's green, that's gray. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. since I once again have greens and grays everywhere, before I do anything else, check every row, check every column. Okay. Trust but verify. Okay. My road is valid. Shit. Alright. So that means that this is an 8. And therefore this is an 8. And therefore this is not an 8. This is not an 8. This is now 2, 4, 6. Is that worth pencil marking? Yes. Well, first of all, this is 1, 5. That's more important. This is 2, 4. So this is therefore 2. This is therefore 4. This is therefore 4 or 6. Three, 9, 7. So these are what? 5, 1? Okay. These are specifically 3, 7, 9. Anything notable about that in the rows? No. Might be worth doing anyway, though. I'll take a triple. These... Oh, where's 5 go in this column? Down here. This is therefore 1. Well, at least I know my mic was muted. I asked where 1 went in this column, and I was saying that the way I need to continue, the answer was here. And the way I need to continue is finding rows and columns like that, where it's hard to see where things go. Like here, where's 5 go, it only goes here and here, which isn't super helpful, but it almost is, right? I need to find stuff like that, but actually resolves. 5 can't go here at all thanks to this, so there's a 5 here. Yeah, same with this box. So there's a 5 here. Interesting. So there's a 5 here. Which puts a 1 here. Seven, nope, doesn't help as much. At least not yet. So these are what? 3, 7, 9? And these? So this is either 3 or 9. When it's only one of 2, I'm going to mark it. I think this might have been a waste of a pencil mark. 1 cannot go on these, which means I'm limited on 1s in this column. Nine can't go on these, so the 9 has to go here. Which puts the 3 here, which puts the 9 here, which makes this a 3-7 pair. Which makes this a not make sense. Oh, this also could have been a 1. This is a 1. This is a 7. This is a 3. Jesus, that was terrifying for a sec. This is a 1. This is now a... Three, 7, 9, 1. I don't have any real big info on that. So this can only be 7 or 9, yeah? There's a 2 in one of these two squares. I'll mark it this way. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's why they made this blue and purple. It was so the lines would still stand out as you're coloring everything. That's funny. Anyways, 3179. No extra information. 3179. This is not 1 or 5. So 379. Also not worth. 3 can't go on these, so it must go down here, which makes this a 9, which makes this a 7, if my pencil marks are to be believed, which makes this a 9, which makes this a, what, 3-1 pair? Whereas 2 go in this row, it has to go here. Therefore, this is either 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3. So this could be, what, 4? 4, 6, or 8. And it's complete. Oh, it can only be 4 or 8 because of the 6 over here. Oh, which gives me a 4-8 pair, which gives me a 2. I also could have seen that this way. 2, 4, 6, 8. Nine. This is a 7. This is already 917, so this would be what? Between 3 and 5? And I already have a 3, so this is a 3. This is a 5. This is between 1 and 9. There's a 1. So this is a 1. This is a 9. This 3 resolves this 3 and 7. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm going slow, but if you made it this far into the video, you don't mind all that much. So 3 and 7, not among these two. I'm stupid. 7 and 9 among these two. No resolution. Other than it gives me more here. So I guess I'll pencil mark that. This is between 4, 6, and 8. Not super helpful. Not super helpful. There's gotta be like some kind of 468 thing going on that just has something staring at it somewhere in this grid right now. It's hard for me to believe that I just don't have that information yet. Anyways, so this is 4, 6, and 8. Frustrating. This is also between 4, 6, and 8. Oh, this one's either just 4 or 6, which makes this column worth pencil marking. So this is between 2, 4, or 6. Ooh. Because there's some juxtaposition in this top right box on the evens. That could be anything. It doesn't have anything looking at it at all. Okay. Lots of pairs down here. A pair over here. That's a triple and a pair. Is there an X-wing somewhere? I don't know. Oh, 3, 1, 5, 9. This is a 7. Dead center in the middle of the grid. 5 goes here. 3 goes here, 9 goes here. 7 goes here, 9 goes here. 7 goes here. Three goes here, 1 goes here. 1 goes here. 9 goes here. 3 goes here. Road's done. Do we want to add it up? No, we know the odd digits add to 225, so the fact that these add to 25 is sufficient. And we got 10, 10, and then the other 5. Is my math right from an hour ago? Yeah, probably. Shut up. Um, 4, 6, 8. That's not super resolved. Okay, so there is... I'm going to pencil mark the rest of these 4s, 6s, and 8s. Because I swear to fuck, there's got to be a way to resolve all that. All that nonsense. This one can even be 2. Nope. So the remaining 2s are in those spots. We have the other 7. What about 4s? Let's look at that. If this is the only 4 in the grid, no wonder I see 4s everywhere. Alright. 8s. We got 3 of those. And what about 6s? You're the only one. So how does this resolve? Oh, there's a 4-6 pair in this column, thanks to this 4-6 and this 4-6. And this somehow seeing both a 2 and an 8, which therefore means this is an 8. This is a 6. This is a 4. This is an 8. This is a 6. This is a 4. How dare you be slightly difficult? I was told you would resolve from that little 4-6 declaration. No. It still probably will. I just didn't look the other way. Whoops. No. Come on. Gotta be something now, right? You can't just stop on me like that. And you can, and you will, and I'm gonna feel bad. Well, there's a 4 among those two, 4 among these 3. Oh, this has to be a 4. Column's full. Alright. At this point in the puzzle, there's just too much visual noise. It's hard for me to actually see everything from the colors and whatnot. Plus, I've been staring at it a while, but I think it's done giving me teeth. It should be resolved just really soon. Because of this 4, 6, that's an 8. Just not 8. For a couple of reasons. Well, this 8 makes this a 6. Which makes this a 4. This is now a 6 as well. This is now an 8. Haha! Alright, I have a little bit of editing to do and then I can post this. That one made me happy. Sorry, Simon. Thanks for explaining how the puzzle worked. Beautiful. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for sticking around if you watched till the end. That was very satisfying. Chef's kiss.